Alrighty guys, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 in the morning. Still been puttering on this thing. This is the cylinder that Tanton had gave me. This is the one that was on. I gotta get my boot off that. This is still a really good running cylinder and stuff. I'm gonna save it for a toy, but I'm hoping this new build will have more torque. So let's show you the work. Seems like I don't really hide anything. There's the exhaust. I didn't widen it as far as I did. You guys can see a major difference. This one's huge wide. This one's, I don't know, it's maybe 40-50 thousandths wider on each side than stock. I want to run both rings in this. In fact, I'm going to be running the original rings out of that cylinder because that's what I've got to work with right now, and I don't feel like waiting for rings to come in the mail. I would have ran the rings off that other piston, but the one's clipped and ruined, so I'm gonna just keep with a match set. There's the opened lowers. I did widen this area a little bit. There's the uppers. I angled them just a little bit. There's the intake. I did take the intake about as far as I did on this one. Yeah, I mouthed it a little bit more, but so there's the intake. I took about 50 out of the chamber, which is up in here for those that don't know, and then took about 50 off here, 50 off here. This taper right here I had to put back in by hand. But there's the port work. For those that want to know the numbers, this cylinder stock with base gasket was 100 on the exhaust. It was 123, 128 on the transfers, and 72 on the intake. With my porting and machine work and everything, I moved it to 105 on the exhaust, and it's 125. I fired both transfers at the same time. It's 125 on the transfers, and it's 77 on the intake, and it's 25,000 squish is what I chose to go with on this build. I have not the awesomest piston to use. I don't feel like taking it off there, but I did clean it up. It's not, there's a couple scores on it, but it's between the rings on the ring gland. Actually never really seen one score on just the ring gland. Not sure. Well, I guess I'll take it off and show you. It's easier to show you guys than sit here and jibber jabber about it. I gotta wash it one more time anyway. I am running a lightweight pin. Yeah, I gotta open up my windows yet anyway. I forgot about that, so I guess I'll set this down. I mean, it's not horrible. There's slight wear on it, but there's just a little bit. I don't want to take a piece of sandpaper and just scuff that ring gland, but there's just a little bit between the rings. I got most of the carbon dug out. I'm going to go after it again with the wire brush, scrub it out of there best I can. There's a little bit of wear here, but it's what I got to work with. It fits great in the bore, so I'm going to roll with it. As you can see, I guess now I got the piston out, I matched, that camera's having a hard time hanging with it. I matched the transfers to the piston, so I'm not going to stay out here much later tonight. For one, if I did put it together, I'd be tempted to run it and torque the neighbors off. So I think what I'll do is probably call this a night, and tomorrow I can come out, open the windows on the piston, clean up the piston last little bit. I might actually break might break that clipped ring, and then it'd give me a nice little ring groove cleaner that I could pull around in there. That was kind of a trick I used to do on big engines. You could clean snap a ring and put it in there and then keep rolling it around, and it will peel the carbon out, at least up to where I get to the pins anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Kind of a little bit of a brain fog right now. Dog dead tired and can't sleep. So getting kind of hungry too, so I might go and make something to eat and try to crash out. But I'll keep you guys updated. So nice thing is, if I don't like the low roof, ain't that hard to raise up an exhaust. So, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's gonna, I've added compression. I don't know if it'll have the compression that the other one did, because it's not pop-up, but I did take 50 out of the band. But I also have a lower roof, so a lower roof adds compression, and it'll push the piston more through. It has more time through the degrees of the crankshaft coming down, that it's applying downward force from the expanding gases in the cylinder. So in theory, it should give me more torque. That's the plan. So alright, I've blabbered on here enough. That's the port work on it. Once again, it's 25 squish, 105 on the exhaust, 125 on the transfer, so it's 20 degrees of blowdown, and 77 on the intake. So those that want to know duration, that would be 150 degrees duration on the exhaust and 154 degrees of duration on the intake. So for those that go by duration. So alright, you guys take it easy and have a good one.